The movie begins with Clara Stahlbaum, a brilliant young girl still grieving the recent loss of her mother. Christmas has arrived, but instead of joy, the house feels filled with unspoken sadness. Clara and her brother Fritz try to distract themselves by chasing a mouse, yet the emptiness left by their mother lingers in every corner. Their father gathers Clara, Fritz, and their sister Louise to give them the final gifts their mother left behind. While her siblings are delighted, Clara opens hers to find a beautifully crafted egg-shaped machine, locked with no key. Confused and disappointed, she discovers a letter inside saying the gift contains everything you need. But without the key, its meaning remains a mystery. While preparing for the grand Christmas Eve party, Clara notices the letter D engraved on the egg and immediately realizes it must have been made by Drosselmeyer, her mother's godfather and a genius inventor. Determined to uncover the secret, she can't wait to find him at the party and ask about the missing key. At the celebration, Clara sneaks away to Drosselmeyer's workshop. She helps him fix a broken toy with ease, proving she shares her mother's inventive mind. When she shows him the egg, he tells Clara he crafted it long ago for her mother, who struggled to trust people in her youth. Though he doesn't reveal the key's location, he hints that some locks are harder to choose than others, leaving Clara even more curious. When Clara returns, her father scolds her for always wandering off, and words of frustration erupt between them. Clara storms away and follows a ribbon labeled with her name. Instead of leading to a simple present, it guides her deep into the estate, through a strange passageway, and into a breathtaking forest decorated with towering Christmas trees. Hanging from one of the branches is a glittering key identical to the one for her egg. But before Clara can grab it, a mouse darts out, snatches the key, and races into the frozen wilderness. Clara chases the creature across cracking ice until she finds a bridge guarded by a Nutcracker soldier named Captain Philip. At first, he stops her, until she says her full name. Immediately, Philip kneels. He reveals her mother was Queen Marie, ruler of the Four Realms, making Clara the princess of this extraordinary world. Danger looms across the bridge in the Fourth Realm, but Clara insists on crossing. With no choice, Philip escorts her toward the land now cursed by war. The mouse leads Clara into hostile territory. Swarms of mice merge into a terrifying mouse king, attacking her from behind. Philip fights them off just in time, warning that Mother Ginger, ruler of the Fourth Realm, wants intruders dead. Clara hears Ginger's haunting voice echoing through the desolate land, urging her to leave. Philip rushes Clara to the palace, where guards tremble at her name and bow. Inside, Clara sees portraits of Queen Marie everywhere, learning just how deeply the realms adored her mother. She is introduced to the regents, Hawthorn of flowers, Shiver of snowflakes, and the sweet but eccentric Sugar Plum of sweets. When Clara tells them her mother has died, sorrow fills the room. They lead her to Marie's throne, asking if she has come to save their kingdom. Clara insists she knew nothing about this world until moments ago, so Philip recounts their journey through the Fourth Realm, shocking everyone with her bravery. Sugar Plum insists on hosting a magnificent pageant in Clara's honor. Before it begins, she reveals a giant dial, an invention Marie used, and shows Clara how time flows differently between the realms and the human world. Moments in one become hours in the other. Then the pageant begins, retelling Queen Marie's discovery of the Four Realms, the lands of sweets, flowers, snowflakes, and the once thriving Fourth Realm. Clara learns her mother didn't just find these places, she created them. Using a magical engine, Marie granted life and emotions to toys, allowing this world to exist. But trouble is brewing. Sugar Plum warns Clara that Mother Ginger is preparing for war. The engine Marie built, which can create an army, is the only hope for defending the realms. However, it requires a specific key, the same one the mouse stole. Clara, believing this is why she was brought here, vows to retrieve it. That night, Clara reflects on memories of her mother revealing the magical world she created. Clara longs for guidance, unsure whether she's strong enough to save everything her mother built. A shooting star streaks across the sky, and Clara feels a renewed sense of purpose. Clara dons a military uniform, preparing to lead the charge. The palace soldiers volunteer to join her. Together with Philip, she rides back into the Fourth Realm to confront the Mouse King and Mother Ginger. Fog thickens as they enter Ginger's territory, and suddenly the ground begins swallowing soldiers whole. Clara leaps onto a collapsing carousel, trying to survive as mice tear it from beneath. She's captured and dragged inside Ginger's massive clown structure, where eerie gestures trap her in a rising chair. The stolen key hangs above her until Mother Ginger herself appears. Clara tells Ginger that Queen Marie is dead, but Ginger takes the key and prepares to attack. Philip bursts in and distracts her long enough for Clara to pull the lever, escape with the key, and flee back to the palace. Outside, she unlocks the egg, only to find it's nothing but a music box. Confused and hurt, she feels betrayed. Sugar Plum eagerly takes the key and activates the engine. Against Philip's warning, she creates an army of enormous tin soldiers. But once activated, Sugar Plum's sweet, gentle demeanor vanishes. Her face twists with anger, revealing she never wanted protection. She wanted control. In a chilling twist, Sugar Plum orders the tin soldiers to arrest Clara and Philip. They're thrown into a room with the other captured regents. Blaming herself, Clara examines the music box again and discovers a hidden mirror. Suddenly, her mother's message becomes clear. Everything you need is inside. Clara realizes she must trust her own abilities. Clara and Philip escape their cell. A mouse finds them and leads them through underground tunnels to the engine. Clara sends Philip to warn Mother Ginger, now understanding Ginger was never the villain. Sugar Plum had framed her from the start. Clara sneaks into the engine room, using toy mice to distract the marching tin soldiers. Meanwhile, Sugar Plum's army assaults Mother Ginger's clown tower, but Ginger holds them off long enough for Philip to reach her. When the tower collapses, everyone believes Ginger has fallen, until Philip steps out instead. Back in the engine room, the tin soldiers corner Clara, but Ginger arrives just in time to stop them. Sugar Plum storms in and traps Ginger again, preparing to use the engine to transform her into a lifeless toy, just as she planned to do to the entire Fourth Realm. Clara confronts Sugar Plum, insisting her mother would never have chosen war. Sugar Plum, consumed by jealousy and abandonment, refuses to listen. She activates the engine, but the beam reflects back onto her, turning her into a porcelain doll. With her army destroyed, peace finally returns to the realms. A grand feast is held in Clara's honor. She says goodbye to Philip, promising to return and inviting him to visit her world someday. When Clara steps back into the human world, she finds time has barely moved. She tells Drosselmeyer she succeeded, and he reveals her mother always said Clara was her greatest invention. Clara reconciles with her father, both apologizing for their harsh words. She opens the music box once more, and as its gentle melody plays, she asks her father to dance, just as he once danced with her mother. And as they sway together, the magical world her mother created feels closer than ever. If you enjoyed this cinematic journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and drop a comment about your favorite moment. Watch more amazing recaps right here on the channel.